Hello and welcome to Collector Creations. In this video we're going to do a whole tour of the theatre room. So let's switch to the first person perspective and give you a walk down of what the room looks like, how it operates, how I have way too many goddamn Blu-rays, and yeah, enjoy. So this is the theatre room. Comes with its own sliding door. And this is the whole look of it. You get the shelf, quite large, yeah, assuredly. You get more shelves over there, the TV, the main 5.1 setup, of course. You get a CD section, which is mostly my dad's CDs and vinyls, because where else is he going to put them? You get the piano, which is also his. It's just as a entertainment reason, but also a great shelf to display figurines, display books and stuff, especially the Godzilla Criterion set. It's got a mess of crap underneath it, but that's just like extra posters and DVDs and stuff that's, not mine or I haven't displayed properly. There is a whole ottoman chair, I should note that. It's an interesting way to, have a theatre room, not my choice. It's not my house, remember, it's my parents' place. So, I kind of have to live with what they provide, or what they choose, much like the shelf itself. I would have gone with one that was adjustable, but they built this one instead, which is fine. It still works. It's, is able to showcase all the box sets right at the very top, and as it goes down you get VHS in the top left corner, more box sets and steelbooks. And then there's the eventual DVD section, which is on the right hand side, which goes from top to bottom in alphabetical order, and same for the Blu-rays, top to bottom alphabetical order. It starts with the Umbrella selection, and then the Disney animated currently, till I get more Blu-rays and move them elsewhere, but that's just how it is. The back, obviously, the front of the room, I mean. So we got a LG Gallery 2 Edition OLED 4K TV with Dolby Vision. Just beautiful, a wonderful TV. I hate their smart TV bullshit, but at the same time, it still looks fantastic. You get a section over here, which is one of my spare director shelves. We've got David Lynch on the top, Martin Scorsese on the bottom, next to Sam Raimi with Wes Craven and M. Night Shyamalan, because I do have some director's collections. Of course, the Alien and Predator figurines over there. We've got some, Nintendo stuff, because we do play video games in here on the occasion. You get a Denon receiver. You get the Sony 4K player, which is an all-region player. I got it unlocked or, add a little key to it, whatever. And the Panasonic UB820. I've got an Akira manga box set. Don't ask me why it's there. I have nowhere else to put it. And a Laserdisc for Creature from the Black Lagoon. That painting my girlfriend actually painted, which is really nice. Again, like I mentioned, this is my dad's box set CD vinyl selection. But I do have my own CD selection on the side, the ones that fit in that tray, because I just happened to find this at an op shop with got some figurines on the top and some nice premium editions like the Roadhouse, The Thing, 2001, War of the Worlds, which is the imprint steelbook. The Friday the 13th is a cologne that my brother got me for Christmas one year. Some more CDs that don't fit in the side stack, and my Blondie collection, because I have the Against the Odds box set. So it's nice. The Thing set, beautiful piece, same as Roadhouse. I don't use the Thing, but I do just have it on display because it's a beautiful set. Down here we have my TV selection on the left-hand side. Some seasons don't have every single season on display because it's just hard to display it all in one go, but some of them do, so I have all the leftovers of Mr. Robot and Breaking Bad on display, but I don't have a lot of the other shows like Game of Thrones and whatever on display. I don't even have Game of Thrones there, it's somewhere else because it's mostly DVD. And then I have some documentaries and some extra box sets, so Marilyn Monroe, Mel Brooks, The Lord of the Rings, and Resident Evil sections, and some Criterions, which is nice. Those are most of the annoying digipacks that don't really fit anywhere, so there's just all Criterions and a couple of extras, so like Movie and 101 Films, two of my Blue Undergrounds, So, not a bad selection. I like the David Attenborough documentaries, so it's always nice to just have them readily available, much like all the box sets. Again, Die Hard, Handmaiden, Resident Evil, Rocky, the shock and awe of Lars von Trier, of all things. Of course, the TV shows as mentioned. Cowboy Bebop's at the bottom there because it's too big to fit on the top. Who'd have thought? Nothing's perfect in this day and age. Like I mentioned with the piano, got the Godzilla selection. I've even got a little card that from Dead End DVD. It's a business card from Joel. He posted that with one of the orders I'd gotten. So I just have that as a little display piece. I literally just see it every time I'm filming videos. It just is a nice reminder that, I don't know, people like my videos. I've got a recently dusted, oh my god, was that a chore, selection of figurines and steelbooks. I do like Twin Peaks, hence the pop vinyls, Universal Monsters, some premium Alien stuff at the back, like lenticular covers. Obviously my slasher villains, because I love my slasher villains. Not everything here is mine, I should note. The stuff behind it is like my dad's medals from Vaffer, and some manga behind a piece of the Berlin Wall, no joke. And even the Big Ben isn't mine, but that facehugger is. Of course, you get your slasher villains with Freddy, Jason, and Michael, 2 other Freddys in the back. You get a little brief The Thing selection, 2 of the steelbooks I like to display, with McCready and this little face creature thingy. Chucky, of course, because kind of a slasher villain without slasher villains. And Tim Curry's version of Pennywise, as well as the the Evil Dead figurine and the Book of the Dead edition. Evil Dead Book of the Dead edition, that is. Luckily, still in really good condition despite it being latex. A figure from Mysterio that my girlfriend got me a couple of years back, and Neon Genesis Evangelion, you can't go wrong. Asuka, of course. She's, I don't know, too big to display anywhere else. And I'm like, I don't know, she's a nice corner piece at least. And of course, the Godzilla book and the, Criterion. I have removed all the discs and put them elsewhere, in case anyone's curious. And this one is a piece signed by the guy who played Windows. So, I don't know, just a cheap thing I found on Facebook Marketplace one time. Yeah, so I've also got a Super 8 camera over there, just buried underneath that because it doesn't work, and a lightsaber, because you never know who breaks in. You got to beat them off with a stick or a lightsaber. Obviously the main table that I have all my remotes and a little knife. Again, you never know. I usually use that for opening mail. A Lego piece for the Van Gogh. It's just there because I haven't had anywhere else to put it. It does have hooks, so I can eventually hook it on the wall, but it's a nice display piece, despite the fact that Van Gogh has fallen off, so I need to stick him back on. And then we get to the back wall. This is like, as much as the rest of the room is monumental, you do have the rest of the back of the wall, which I have not really shown off. We got some posters. These ones are signed. That one's signed by Patrick Stewart, Stanley, and Mitch Pileggi, respectively. Get this bit straighter angle. That one is signed by Benedict Cumberbatch. Hello. We do have a Creature from Black Lagoon poster as well. That one's actually signed by Ian McNeice. No, Ian McNeice? Shane McNeice. No, that's a different guy. That's Ian McNeice, yeah. Look, it's signed. We met him one year. Anyway, he was just there at the same convention as Benedict Cumberbatch, and he's nice. We like him in some TV shows and movies. Of course, I got my Dale Cooper on the wall because he used to be a pop-up that I would have against the wall, but over the years I had to start moving him out because people would come over and knock into him, so I figured if I just take off the back and just stick him to the wall, he's always there, part of the great attraction of posters, other signed memorabilia from Star Trek actors, some posters of dads like Metropolis and Casablanca and the Beatles stuff, but I believe that 2001 and Terminator 2 are both mine. There is also which is currently buried behind all the box sets, Phantom of the Opera poster. The bottom left-hand corner with the Escape from New York poster is meant to be the They Live poster, but it fell off a couple of years ago and I haven't put it back up because I'm lazy. And then we get all the box sets, which, as you can see, there's a lot. Is there any particular order? Not really. This I recently did up because of just how many there are. They used to be on the shelf, but it was just like, in those parts of the shelf, but I moved them recently. We have, outside of a Christmas Black Lagoon money bank that I actually bought from a friend who I didn't realize at the time who they were when I bought it. Anyway, you get my imprint body selection, which is all these big hard case sets, including Vivision set for the Saw films, and actually the Universal Monster set for the Legacy. The Universal Monster set for the Legacy collection that I bought from Lee's treasure sale, which I've put next to my other Universal Monsters and some other monsters, including some All Haunts Be Ours, some figurines from Dawn of the Dead, Scooby-Doo, because we love Scooby-Doo. And then it kind of becomes the Arrow and everything else selection. We got the Giallo stuff. Most of those ones behind the little figurines are empty because the main Blu-rays are down there. But yeah, it kind of varies from there. You got a Gremlin. It's in a box because it keeps falling over. And oh my god, these pop vinyl boxes was a great idea when I used to buy pop vinyls. But it was great to just display him in a little 6-inch figure. There you go. Actually, he's not really 6-inch. He's smaller than that, but still. And as you see, there's more box sets here. Obviously, there's a little demonic thingy hiding the Species box set. That's not on purpose, I swear. And, yeah, just a whole variety of stuff, as you can see. If your concern is ever, but how do you get these out to watch them? Like, will anyone else be annoyed by having to get Critters and it's all the way at the bottom? I don't know. Haven't dealt with that yet. I mean, I've got the ones that are most readily used or would be on easy display, that being basically the James Bond and Harry Potter set. Currently, the James Bond one is actually empty. My dad has the insides out in the lounge room to watch them, plus Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Jurassic Park, all there for readily available usage for people in the family who want to watch it. The rest is just mine for fun. I don't care if I have to dive deep to get Mad Max or the Tati selection or Twilight Zone. That's for me to deal with. I mean, look, you go down a bit further outside of having that Apollo ship, because, hey, we all like the Saturn V. Also Marilyn Monroe, because why not? We have the bottom side of the shelf, which is very, very colossal. It's basically divided by this big Arrow video section. Again, it was a chore to put that together, but it kind of bricks out really nicely, so I was kind of okay with it in the end. It allowed me an extra shelf to put that stuff there for what is now the Zatoichi and Wonka Wai box sets, because they're quite large and annoying, and my John Wayne selection for some reason, anyway. Then we've got, on the bottom, these are all director selections. We've got Wes Anderson, Satoshi Kon, and Brian De Palma. I will be putting labels on these eventually, because I do have a label printer, because why not? We got my Italian selection. We got Dario Argento with some extra goodies like the Suspiria DVD, Mario Bava, because we like Mario Bava, and Lucio Fulci, because, yeah, they're my favourite three Italian directors, because why wouldn't they be? On the far side, there is Rob Zombie, because I do like Rob Zombie's films, despite them being not always great. And David Cronenberg, because, yeah, of course. Some of them are in their bigger versions, like the Arrow set, and both versions of Dead Zone on display at Videodrome, mostly because I just have the room. When I get more of his films, which I have basically all of them except for his newest one, I will have to take one out of the box set, put the box set behind it, and that kind of stuff, just to make room for more. Same goes down below. We've got George Romero, because why not? Love Romero's films, and Tarantino, just because it fit. I don't know, it worked. There's no consistency here. And again, you get to the far side, and I'm probably going to move these all down a notch because I think it's a bit too obvious that there are box sets buried behind, but you do have John Carpenter, all of his works in chronological order of release, except for the Halloween films. I've just put them at the back because I don't care. I don't mind just having them all just there as they are. Each variation I have of them, except for the Rob Zombie ones, which are in the Rob Zombie collection, of course, and the Halloween 3 VHS, because I got that from Lee's collection, and I figure it partners well with the Vivision release, which also has Lee's commentary. Down at the bottom is just Jackie Chan. just all Jackie Chan. I've ended up to fill up the space, put some of them back in their boxes, like the Eureka sets for Project A, Part 1 and Part 2, the Police Story trilogy, and Armor of God. You know, I prefer them to all be in release order, so hence Project A, Part 1 and Part 2 should be in separate sections, same as the Police Squad section, sorry, the Police Story section, but they just are there. You can even see there's a Police Story Super Cop 3, you know, that's just there because it is. I do have other box sets and extra duplicates at the back, just because where else would I put them? On the bottom corner, we have Akira Kurosawa, Stanley Kubrick, and Paul Thomas Anderson, because they're all masters of their craft, and I guess thematically relevant, sure, why not? And at the top we have Alfred Hitchcock, Edgar Wright, and Christopher Nolan, because, again, I don't know, it fit. Most of it is just because space-wise it fits. When you get more films, you got to readjust, and that's just how the shelf always goes. And last but not least, oh, I can hear my own knees cracking, we have the very front of the room, which I'm too zoomed in. I guess for display purposes, outside of the VHS section on the very top, we do have Jeff, who's a little skeleton. I forget to put him out every Halloween, but he's just nicely displayed there. Signed pictures, some nice artwork as well. That's an Evil Dead 2 one. I know the lighting's not great. Let me open the door. See if it'll do anything. Maybe this light. Not really, but maybe a little bit. So yeah, got some artwork for The Thing and Prince of Darkness because I love John Carpenter's films and I really like Matt Ferguson's artwork. Do have a long picture of, I think it's Fred Astaire, pretty sure it is. It's Dad, so I can never remember. It's much like the Marilyn Monroe one. And of course, much like the Humphrey bloody Bogart one that we have to close the door off. And yeah, we've got a picture up there which is signed from William Shatner. I apologise for the darkness of the image because again there's no real light in this corner of the room. Yeah, that works a bit better. So yeah, as you can see, William Shatner, the family meeting William Shatner that one year. Yeah, all these photographs and autographs and whatever. Love the Twin Peaks one because we do live inside a dream and it's a bloody nightmare. And in the last corner we got these two extra shelves. Let me zoom out a little bit. So from top to bottom, at the very top, we've got a Godzilla bloody snow globe with a signed copy of Scooby-Doo from 2002 by Neil, was it Fanning? Yeah, I believe it was Neil Fanning. I can't remember, but he was the voice actor for Scooby-Doo in the movie. Nice Aussie lad, which is cool. Got some more Neon Genesis. These are older figures, and because they collect dust easier and they've got a bad kind of texture on them, I figured I'd keep them in the box. This is a, it's a Dawn of the Dead head replica that my partner made. It's not meant to look completely identical, but the point of it was for a Halloween costume where I dressed up as Tom Savini. So yeah, we've got some old Hammer horror magnets here as well, because why not? I got this from my brother one year for Christmas. I did specifically ask for them, so it's like Curse of Frankenstein, what was that? Brides of Dracula, Frankenstein Must Be Destroyed, The Mummy, and the Taste the Blood of Dracula. All classic Hammer horror magnets that are all like 25 years old or something. I think they're as old as I am, which is crazy. Anyway, the rest of the shelf, if I can show it with some nice lighting, we have a random display of box sets. We have a random display at the top. The left-hand square is basically just oblong-shaped kind of boxes. Again, some Viavision, some Criterion, digipacks mostly. You get some random ones here. There's some Vinegar Syndrome, as you can tell by the bottom logos, and some Indicator, all again randomly shaped, but again two different brands, which is nice. You get some Ray Harryhausen, which I'm yet to label, but I think the big name Ray Harryhausen kind of does give it enough prowess, and that's all of these films, which I love that I have. We have Michael Myers, which glows in the dark, and the Leatherface, which is a shiny metal face, bobbleheads, because why not? A little Snoopy saying welcome. A quite expensive figure for Ash from Ash vs. Evil Dead, which comes with the Book of the Dead and a chainsaw and the hand and everything. Got some pins that I got from the Cinemaniacs a while back, and a little notebook that is on the design of the Book of the Dead, just for funsies. And of course, Freddy and Ghostface again from NECA, I believe both of they are. I got the first Freddy there. It was the first ever of those figures I ever bought, which is from a friend of mine who got me onto these kind of figures. Oh no. We've got Godzilla DVDs and Blu-rays. The one at the very end is actually all the Criterion ones. I just haven't made the artwork yet. And the Shin Godzilla does include the 1984 Godzilla film on Blu-ray. We have a John Carpenter selection. These are all the special, like, Studio Canal plus the Universal box set for The Thing. So they're all coming with the posters, which of course are reflected on the rest of the walls, with, again, They Live and The Fog and Escape from New York and The Thing, all on display elsewhere. Actually, not The Fog, but Prince of Darkness is. These two are spinachers for Frankenstein and the Bride. We have some classic TV shows and just a oblong kind of Hammer horror set, so you get the Munsters, Addams Family, H.R. Pufnstuf, and 3 Hammer horror films in one set. Again, another display, because I like my figurines, and this is a good shelf for it. Halloween 3, the trio, because they're all, I don't know, dying and whatever. And of course, it comes with the Silver Shamrock TV. You get 2 more Snoopy little mystery boxes, which are just, I don't know, cute. They fit in the slot quite nicely. You, of course, get the Beatles, because my dad is a big Beatles fan, so I like having them all readily available for him. And I've recently put in my video game selection, because since my brother moved out, I now am burdened with carrying them, so I've got all my PlayStation 4 games and all the Switch games that me and my brother own, my younger brother that is, which I believe they're all mine. There's probably 1 or 2 there that aren't, but I can't remember which ones they are. It doesn't matter. And then we get Neon Genesis Evangelion, because I just have the whole selection of the TV show and all the movies, including the Steelbook and the special edition 4K of the 4th film. We have, I mean, outside of the Tomb Raider one, which again is a digipack, so it's differently shaped, so it can't fit with the rest of those. Swiss Army Man digipack as well, and a Japanese selection. These are all the Confidence Man stuff. My dad currently has the first film out in the lounge room because he's been watching it, so yeah, it's just, I don't know, just the random Japanese films I'm putting there just for the hell of it. And last but not least, we have on the bottom of the shelf, 10 seasons of The Simpsons, because I had 8 seasons that I bought a couple years ago, and because I'd heard they were the best ones, so I bought them all, and then I figured, look, to fill out the shelf, I'll just get the last 2 seasons for that section. So there you go, 10 seasons of The Simpsons. So yeah, that's the theatre room. It works, despite how I still buy so many films. I've had to actually clear out a couple of, stacks out of the room currently just to make it look a bit cleaner, because, it's always a work in progress. Obviously, the main body bulk shelf here is all in alphabetical order, and it is, as you've always seen in all my videos, a lot of Blu-rays. I actually usually have my tripod standing half on the ottoman here, hence why I'm usually only filming probably about here. So there's usually always that consistency for that exact reason, otherwise I would be more experimental and have different angles or just pose in different places because I could. But again, there's also the lighting that I have to think about, because there's only those 4 lights, which can be quite annoying. And just for the hell of it, for design, little just figurines, because I like figurines and I like the Universal Monsters, so I've got these as well, just out on display, as well as some of the ones from the Conjuring films. Even though I'm not even a huge fan of the Conjuring films, I just happen to have a lot of the figurines, all from Pop Mart. And yeah, that's the whole shelf. It is over 2,500 Blu-rays. Yeah, it's not all of them, because if you were to count in this video, which I promise you shouldn't. Also, the Marvel selection is up there. A lot of them are buried. I've got duplicates buried. I've got a lot of steelbooks up there buried. The premiums are all buried now, outside of this one stack right over here. The rest of them are all buried, because there's just not enough room for them all. So, like, if I was to go in there and then look behind, you'd see an extra stack, because it's just more steelbooks. I just don't care to display them anymore. But also, if they're not readily available to be used because I don't have a different copy, it's just how it works. So hence all the ones that you see right there, which are all in protectors, they're all versions of films that I don't have a second copy of, or mostly don't have second copies of, that don't already live on the shelf. So the rule being, if you want to watch the film and it's only on Steelbook, that's where you grab it from. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things. And yeah, it works for now, you know. It's not a bad setup. Again, you get the back speakers right at the very top there and there, so it makes for a good surround sound setup. If I had the 7.1, you'd have speakers on the roof, but I don't, because we don't do that. And given I don't own this house, I'm not going to put in the effort to do that. So yeah. Anyway, let me know down below what you think. I don't know if you want to. It's spacious and still constantly evolving. Again, I've just recently put all those stacks of boxes on that shelf because I just didn't know where to put them. They used to be on there, and I want to put director's selections there because I just wanted to. It also takes a lot of burden out of this section here, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys next time, and yeah, adios.